Hi everybody, welcome to Vintage Craft and Chat. This is our Thursday together where I get to hang out with you in person, hang out with you live, and do fun paper crafting and junk journal type projects. So if you're coming in, welcome. I know Kathy already said hello my friend. Hello. And let's see, Leanne has an appointment, and I haven't, Leanne, if you're still listening, I saw I had a text from you, but I didn't open it yet. I was running around this morning, but have a good appointment, drive safe, especially if it is raining. It is raining here very, very hard today. It was raining yesterday too. So drive safe if you have that rain too. Oh no, Angela's shoveling snow. Oh my goodness, Angela. Although that keeps you in shape. My dad and stepmom lived in Colorado for like 7-8 years when I was growing up. And that was always, you know, when I would go visit them at Christmas break, getting out there and shoveling, you can really get a workout. So that's okay, Leanne. It's good to go to your appointments. Let's see. Whoops. Hi, Terry. Hi, friend. Hope you're having a good day. I'm so glad you're here. Annette is here. Hello, Annette. So awesome. It's hard work. I remember doing that. We get real. You'd work up a sweat out there, especially if the sun was out. I don't know if the sun is out or if it's gloomy weather, but boy, that was a workout. I wasn't used to that, but it was fun. It was an experience. Let's see. Oh, and Annette didn't get any snow. Are you guys close by, Annette and Angela? Do you guys look close by each other? Hi, Angela. Angela, the traveling crafter. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to get started. I have a little bit of a note. I had thought I was going to do a quickie, not quickie today, but not like a 2-hour, because I was thinking I wanted to go to the consignment store and drop off some vintage, like larger things that I don't want to list on Etsy, but I don't think I want to go in the rain. So we can hang out today. I have like my bag all set with stuff, but I don't know. I'm like a cat. I don't like going out in the rain. Oh, okay. So you guys aren't far at all. 4 hours. Wow. That's close. That's like meetup closeness. Okay, I'm gonna draw a slip of paper out of here, out of our prompt jar. Last week was booklet, if any of you did that. Oh, this is fun. How come every time I draw something, it's something we're using or doing this particular day? Is that strange or what? Buttons. So buttons are our prompt for this week. That's I feel like almost every week it's either something I've made, it's included in what we're doing. I don't know. That's super crazy. Okay, I will take a picture of that and post that in our group. And then here, I wanted to share, here's I think I'll probably end up doing a project on it, but here's my little booklet. And I definitely need to change it because it took me way too long. I was trying to use up all my little bits and scraps that were in my scrap bin. Let's see, let me start moving it around. So this is the front of it, and I made it out of a window envelope. So here's the little, you can kind of hear it, the little plastic there with the window envelope, but it took a long time just because I was collaging it, but it kind of like masterboard, right? Kind of like building a masterboard. But I have so many of these envelopes. I'm like, okay, I can make a booklet. And so then I made a little pocket here in the front for a tag. And then here's the inside and the little papers. So the quickest thing about it is that I stapled them in which I had that idea in my mind from Kathy Wiseman last week. That was her suggestion with what we were doing. So that part was quick and easy, but the collaging took so long. So I will probably come up with a fun demo to do that's maybe less time consuming. Maybe we could just collage larger pieces of fabric on the outside, but it was kind of a little labor of love. Took me a long time, but I was just sitting here relaxing and crafty, and that was fun. So that was my last week. Are you, Terry? Good. Terry says she's ready to get back into the weekly challenges. Good. So come up something fun with buttons this week. It's hard. You know, for me, I tend to do things like that because I'm creating and I'm doing the prompt, but then it also gives me opportunity to come up with something for a future, you know, Thursday that for us together. In fact, I think I did that last week too, right? The bag prompt. I think that'll become. So I have a little, what I don't know, what is the word I'm trying to think of? Yeah, it just helps me. But I really, when I'm working with the prompts, I'm really thinking, ooh, what could I make that would be fun for us to make on a Thursday? So that's why sometimes mine seem a little bit more involved. Okay, let's see. What was I going to talk about? So I did that. Oh, I wanted to share with all of you. So last weekend, whoops, there's something on the back. Last Saturday, I celebrated the birthday of my dear sweet friend, Rosina. Sometimes she used to come into Vintage Craft and Chats, I think sometimes. No, it wasn't Vintage Craft and Chat. I think it was back when we were doing live sales with Kate. And Rosina used to come in sometimes, but we celebrated her birthday on Saturday. Beautiful day. The day was special. She had friends that flew in from out of town, childhood friends, and it was her actual birthday. She shared the day. We all felt like she was sharing the day with us because she made it so special. We went walking on the beach and we did a cancer walk in memory of people. We made vision boards. First time I'd ever made a vision board. So that was fun. And we had wonderful lunch. She treated us to a lunch and she did the sound bath thing, which I've never experienced before. So it was such a wonderful day, but it was fun. I kind of had to put my collaging with magazine images because that's not always my favorite to the test. Let's see. Oh, yes. Hi, Kay Boots. How are you? Nice to see you. Let's see. Yes. If anyone, we are also doing an ATC swap in our crafty group. So the prompts that I pull each week, we are working on, you know, we're doing little projects with the prompts. It's loose. It's easy. It's easy flowing. If you don't want to do them, you don't have to. And then in addition to that, we've started doing ATC swaps. So I guess this month, we did a Valentine, like love thing. Oh, in fact, I'm going to share mine. I'm going to share my cards that I received. So if you would like to participate in doing ATC swaps, and maybe we'll do it monthly, we are planning on doing it this coming month, March, with a green or St. Patrick's Day theme. You know, again, you can leave it open and you'll have a partner to swap with, and you mail them your completed ATC cards. And I want to share the cards that I received. So these two are from Holly, who's in our group. Aren't those adorable? Oh my gosh, I love them. It's her little signature on the back. What I love too is that it's instant Valentine decor for me. So I've had these up on my shelves. They're so cute. Oh, that's perfect, Kathy. If you have shamrock buttons, I think I have some. I ran across some shamrock stickers I think I have. So those will be fun to use. And then this gorgeous card is from Annette, who's here in the chat. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to look at all the little details of it, but I love this little dangle here, and I just think that's gorgeous. So these will be part of my decor. I'll pull these out every Valentine's Day. Oops. So I think those are really special. So if anybody would like to be included, let us know. The group is on Instagram, so we have a little group chat going in there. So you could message myself, you could message Dear Angela's Vintage, any of us here, and we can add you into the group, and it's fun. Plus it tests our crafting skills. Okay, I'm gonna bring this over here. I'm gonna do the down cam so it's a little bit easier, and then I can show you a little bit close up of what we're doing today. Oh, I have the spinning wheel. Oh, there you guys are back. I had kind of a black screen and a spinning wheel. I think that happened last week too, didn't it? I got that for a second, probably with the rain. Our Wi-Fi isn't that. Isn't it beautiful, Terry? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I feel very blessed to have those little art pieces from my friends. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so today what we are doing is we are making dangles. So some of these you had seen. We started this journal on a weekly craft and chat, and I said, oh, it needs something. It needs a dangle. So I came back in. These are sort of my new favorite thing to do. So I made, I guess, I don't know what I'm calling these. They're kind of like little stacked dangles. So I made my own little kind of cardboard die cut, and I used copper tape, which is so cool. So we're going to have some fun with copper tape today around the edges of some of them. And then it's just taking whatever you have on hand. You could use little scraps of paper. Here I have little scraps of ribbon and lace and some really cool vintage buttons that are all rusted and cool looking. And this particular one, I threaded it on some waxed cord and then tied it here through I always say the wrong thing. I always want to say rivet, grommet. Is it a grommet? I always want to say rivet. So that's how I attach this one. Let me see. Let me show you the back so you can see that. Let me take the ribbon off. There you can see. So I just looped it through. And I think these dangles are a great way if you have some kind of open space or you feel like it needs a little something extra or a little something special. I think these dangles are really great to add to your pieces. I've so far only done them on tags and journals, but of course we all know we've probably all done that. Those of us that have made journals or little golden book journals is to do the long dangle on the side, but you can certainly take aspects of what we're going to do today and you could add them into a lovely large dangle, which I think would be so beautiful. This one here, in fact, I had made this tag, like last year, maybe year before, and it was just sitting in my bin. It's pretty, but it was rather plain up here at the top. So I took a vintage postage stamp and sort of made a little cardboard die cut out of it. We're going to be layering cardstock just to make them thick, kind of like if you think about the Tim Holtz, his ephemera pieces. So making actually like a yeah, like a little cardboard die cut out of them. And I used the copper tape on this. We're going to be playing with markers. Again, kind of repeating with the antique vintage buttons. And then this one, which I like to do that, is to add them to the little stack to gourd pins. And then you can just clip them into your tassel top, whatever you have at the top. Same thing here. Let's see. Same thing here. I did a little stack. This one I just added here with the bulb pin into the top. And this one, did I make this whole thing? Yeah, in fact, this, I actually made the whole little cardboard piece. So I took some antique or vintage paper for the back that I thought was cool looking and did some stamping here on the front and made my own little cardboard piece. And then let's see, let's look at this one. So this is along the same lines. We have our little cardboard stack. We have an antique or vintage button. I think it's vintage, and some cute little ribbon there. And I've attached it. Oh, it looks like I did it through the grommet. So I attached the tab top there with a grommet. But I think it just really adds to the look. It just gives it a little something extra and special. I think it really elevates it. Let's see here. Oh, I was frozen. Okay. I don't know why I have like a mental blockage with that word. It's very difficult for me. Ribbit for your ribbon. Someday I'll surprise you all. It will stick in my head. So those are my 3 examples. And then let me put these over here. And then I just made up some tags yesterday, just kind of going with that sort of vintage vibe. So I made up a couple tags that we're going to play with today. And again, they're beautiful. They're lovely. They have a really cool look. But I think they're even more beautiful with a little bit of extra something dangling off the top. And again, this is kind of a tall, long one, and I think that'll really look cute to put something up here. So I have a couple things clipped to that. So let's see, which one do we want to do first? I think we'll do this. This is kind of a large journaling card here. And I went ahead, just because it's sometimes hard to sit and pick out things that match and go through all the buttons and stuff, I did go ahead and pick, it's real blurry today, huh? Let's see. Okay, that's a little bit better. I dug through all my vintage stamps, postage stamps, and I pulled out this one. I kind of like the coloration with it, with the green and the little bit of a pink there. So I thought this one would look cute. And I want to show you the copper tape first. So I grabbed just a little bit of cloth here, and I think I'm just gonna maybe staple it on. We'll make a little tab top here. Where are my scissors? My normal scissors walked away this week. I don't know what happened to them. Actually, I think this is a little bit tall. Probably should have done this part already. No, I think that's okay. I'll make it a little bit shorter, and then I'll cut the fabric to size, and we'll just staple it on. Easy peasy. Cut that off, save that. Oh, that would be really fun, Annette. Tags would be super fun to do. Plus, then those that junk journal, then we can put them in our journals. That would be really fun. In fact, I want to come up with a cute little holder or way to store the ATCs now that we're doing that. And it would be so cute if you had a little journal. You could also slip them in if you had a little journal or a little booklet dedicated to keeping them. The tags could go in there. I love that idea. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Any excuse to create. That would be really fun. So how has everybody's week been? Ours have been good, sort of uneventful. Of course, the party was the highlight of last weekend. Okay, and I just used a little bit of Fabri-Tac to glue that down. And then I'm going to staple it. Do I want a little something? Let me think here. This is probably going to go like this. I'm just thinking out loud. I'll probably stamp it in the corner so it kind of dangles down like that. No, I think that's good. I think that is good. All right, where is my little stapler? Oh, I gotta reach over. All this back and forth, taking things back and forth from one side of the table to the other. Isn't that that's such a good idea, right, Terry? I love that. Okay. Also would be fun. I've been doing little Happy Mail packs. Well, so far for the first ones we've done, but that would be fun too. Sometime to do a little swap with, you know, whatever supplies, little papers, all that kind of stuff. I love putting those little things together. Then it kind of expands what we have. Okay, so I just stapled it on super quick and easy so that we can get to the fun part, which is doing the dangle. So this one has it has some paper here at the back, you know, like a piece of envelope. I'm going to leave that on there. I'm going to trim just a little bit. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border because the copper tape covers up the edge a little bit. And I put down below in the supply list, I put a link to the copper tape that I found on Amazon. So I didn't put a link in for this one. My guess is this is probably a little bit more expensive, this branded one. So I looked for the size, which this is 7/32. So I looked for the exact same size, but I tried to find one that was most economical. And I have this left over from doing solder jewelry with glass and metal solder, that kind of thing. So that's why I had it in my stash. But I love using these things in unconventional ways. Okay, what am I looking for? Okay, I'm going to grab a couple pieces of cardstock here, and I'm just going to layer it until it's a thickness that I like. Maybe 2 or 3. We'll see. And I think the quickest, you could use Mod Podge. I've used Mod Podge in the past. I've used glue stick, but for time's sake, because we're doing this, we're gonna, you know, we don't want to drag it on and have to wait for drying time. I'm going to use art glitter glue. Give that a little cut, and I can already tell it's not thick enough, so definitely. And I'm sort of going for the thickness of, we're going to be working with these two, actually thicker than these. Maybe like those flower Tim Holtz, like the flower ephemera that he has, probably about the thickness of those. So like a, you know, something that's a little bit sturdy when it moves around, and it's not going to get bent, I guess, kind of withstand, especially if it's on the outside of your journal. you want it to be thick enough that it won't bend over time. So let's see here. So I have the stamp, the envelope. I'm definitely going to do one more. I think that piece is too small. Let me grab, oh, those are two. Let me grab one more here. I have all these little scraps. Cut a little bit of excess so I'm not using up too much glue. Let's see. Annette says, I used an art journal for my ATCs. I made belly bands to hold each one. Oh my gosh, so cute, Annette. Oh, I would love to see a picture of what you did. I love that. And last week I had talked about doing third Thursday. So next week, you know, Leanne's at her appointment, but next week is our first official third Thursday. So third Thursday is when we will have guests here with me. Leanne is our first official. I can't see that. There we go. Trying to see where it's at. Leanne is the first official guest, maker, creator, crafter on third Thursday. I'm waiting for another friend to respond back. And then once she responds back, once I know what month she would like to do, then I'll open it up to more people and then we can start planning. I'll post that in our group and we'll just see how it goes. And then if we need more people, I'll reach out to people individually, but I'm very excited. And the thumbnail is already up for that. I'll find it here in a minute and put the link in. So the thumbnail is already up for next week. And we are working with tea bags and doing some decoupaging with napkins. And I'm very excited. And Leanne will be sharing a really fun project with us. Okay, so here is this master foil copper tape. And as you can see, this is a huge roll. So I'm glad to be using it for something. I think someday I will cycle back around to doing the solder jewelry, but it does take a while. Okay, so this copper tape, let me show you. I used this when I did those little Halloween bottles. And I incorporated the little Dollar Tree Halloween decor bottles. And I used this at the top of the bottle. But if you can see, so it has a little paper backing and it's actually sticky like a sticker. Ooh, in fact, I had a little piece and I stuck it down on the tag right there. Can you kind of see? So, I mean, I think the options of using these in our journals, in our tags are, I mean, you could take it so many different directions. It would look beautiful to come around and do a banding of this copper tape around as well. And they also have, some of the copper tape has wavy edges, almost like, kind of like rickrack in a way. So it has like a wavy edge. It's all the way in the other room, so I can't grab it. If I can grab it for next week, I'll try to remember. So that would look so cute too, to wrap it around the edge of the tag. I think once you start working with it, you'd come up with all kinds of fun ideas. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I find it easiest just to wrap it around this way, and I'm just going to get a quick measurement and then cut my piece off. This is so fun. Isn't it cool? Oh my gosh, it's so cool, Annette. And I think the link I put down, it's maybe $6 or something like that. And I do have to say all my links below are affiliate links. I have that disclaimer down below, but maybe I need to say it as well. but I tried to find one that wasn't branded, but it's probably the most economical. Because you certainly do. Some of them are like 3 or 4 packs at a time, and obviously this would last forever. It is 36 yards, so you could imagine how long that will last you. Okay, you know what? I'm going to also let's put something fun on the back. You know how I like to decorate the back side of my things. Let me look here. Kind of look at the tag, what we'd want to put on the back. You can stamp it. You can, ooh, maybe this would be pretty. Ooh, let's do that. I have a little bit of vintage map here. That would be beautiful. And I like this pink. So let's glue that on the back. And I have a kind of funny thing too when I'm using the stamps. A lot of stamps you'll notice if you've collected them or you craft with them, a lot of them have people's portraits and faces and things on them. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. He's okay because he's a little bit faded, and I like that he's kind of pink with the green. But I think I'm going to put the face at the top. You won't see it as much, and we'll layer buttons and stuff, so you'll just get a little bit more of that green. So I think I'll treat this as my top. It's my long way of getting to that point. Let's see here. And again, art glitter, super quick drying, makes quick work of it. Let's see, acrylic paint would be easier to play with. So you mean like making the border with acrylic paint? Yeah, you definitely could do that. You could also paint the back of these little die cuts we're making. Okay, and I'm just going to give that a trim. I think that looks cool. And you could come and you could do a stamp. You could glue something else on. I mean, you can get as fancy as you want to get. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. In fact, let's put a little bit of, I'm just going to give it a little bit more aging. Where's I'm going to get my little splatter stamp. We know how I love that. So I'm just going to do a little splatter on the back just to age it up a little bit more. Maybe I'll even do a little bit of that on the front here. And then let me ink it a little bit, because why not? Let's see. I'll grab the vintage photo. Yes, Kathy. And I'm wondering, that would be something to test. I'm kind of thinking out loud. You could might be able to do it. You'd need something that's a straight edge, but you could maybe take like a ruler and you could paint, or tape. You'd have to be a little bit careful because we're working with paper, maybe washi tape. But the other thing that would be beautiful is using some of these acrylic markers. So that might get a really cool look too. You could use like one of these copper colored. And then you could just run it along here. But I know with the markers, because I've done that before in another project we're working on, if you take your ruler and then you just run your pen here, that will most definitely give you the same look. Hi, Linda, welcome. I am using art glitter glue. Is the one I'm doing. So it is super quick drying. In fact, most often, once you stick it down, that's it. It is permanent, water-based, non-toxic. It's also acid-free. And this is great glue. I buy it in really big bottles because I kind of go through it. So I buy the larger bottles. I think I have this linked below too. I think I have the listing linked that has this little precision tip here. So you can buy this smaller bottle and then it has this little metal tip. So that's what's wonderful about it too. You get very precision placement. And then this is actually not the pin that came with it. I lost it the other day. And then it has a little pin that you put in the top so it doesn't dry out. But this is great. And then I just buy a larger bottle and refill this little one. So let's see, Kathy says, or just put the color on another piece of paper and add to the edge. Yep, you could totally do that. And washi tape would be so cute too. Take some washi tape and get something that has a cool visual to it. And you could actually, what I would probably do is cut the washi tape down so it was a little bit thinner, a thinner strip, and then you could just glue that around the edge, and that would be adorable. In fact, of course, because my mind just goes like, oh, wouldn't that be cute? What did I do with them? You know, like the Dick and Jane tags that we did last week. I thought they were close by. They are not close by, but that would be so cute to get a bright kind of kitschy pop of color. Washi tape would be amazing. You know, you could look for some, you know, pink and yellow and pastel-y color buttons. So you could really change up the look of these dangles depending on what your substrate is. So it's kind of fun. You like your mind just starts going crazy, like, oh, what would that look like? And how would that work? Oh, thanks, Angela. Yeah. And then Angela just put the link in. I love. Now, some of us, I know Terry here uses it. There's another brand. I always have to ask you, Terry. I always forget. Barely Art Glue. There's another one, and I haven't tested that one, but I know Terry loves that one and uses it, and it's very similar. It works very similar. Very fast drying. Has the precision tape or the precision tip, all that good stuff. Okay, so I did a little bit of inking, and now I'm going to peel back this copper tape. Sometimes it's a little fiddly to get started. You have to get started. Now, this is a holdover from when I was doing the soldered jewelry because I was using microscope slides for that. Sometimes I did things in the round, but a lot of times they were rectangular or square like this. I would cut them down. So what I found the easiest way to do it is to take your little die cut here, whatever it is you're using, and take the back off the copper tape and then just kind of lay it down. I'm going to pull it back a little bit and then I'll show you, just so it's sort of in the middle or as close as you can get to the middle. It's sticky. It's not like super sticky, but it is sticky enough. Okay, I think I'm pretty good. So hopefully you can see, can you kind of see, I just sort of placed it right in the middle. And then all you have to do is just, for me, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to turn it to the left. Peel, whoops, kind of came off there. It might be coming off also because I have, I put ink on the edges. That could be as well. Okay, so back, we're going to turn it, stick it down. In fact, I bet that is it, because I would always really clean my glass well. Stick it down. gotten very quiet. And then hopefully you can kind of see. So it's kind of, it's overlapping there, but we've just lined it up. So that's my little trick with that to get it to come out nicely. And I'm just going to rub my fingers here, just kind of adhere it to the side. And then what I found worked really well is to push in two of the opposite sides. So you could do it the top to the bottom, the side to side, but we're going to push in, and I'm using my fingernail, and I don't know what is that called. When you fold things and you're sort of creating, I know one of you will type it in and help. So I'm pushing in and I'm running my fingernail here, and then I'll show you a close-up. So it's sort of like doing a package. It's going to give us a really clean corner, and I don't know what that's called. A cut crease? Yeah, maybe. Yes. Yeah. Hi, Noelle. Yes, I think that's a good way to describe it. 45-degree angle. And then I'll show you a little close-up after I kind of push this down here. And again, that's what I used to do when I was making the jewelry. Okay, let's see. This terrible camera. Noelle shared her camera on Tuesday night. Jan was having a working live, and Noelle was so sweet to show me. So it's hard to see. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me see. How can I best show this? See what my camera does, Noelle? It's terrible. I have to do this like trickery thing to get it. Kind of can't see, but I've pushed that in the corner, and then this is angled here. So I think that's probably right. I'm very excited. I'm going to really look at it. And I don't think it was like, it's not terribly expensive either. That's what's nice. I can guarantee you, I think most definitely I paid more for this one. And this is my second one of these. It stopped working. My original one stopped working, and then I got this one. And this, I'm sorry, I'm totally changing the subject. The camera, it plugs into your laptop too, right, Noelle, I think? Mitered. Oh, that's a good, yes, mitered. It's really hard to see, but it does kind of miter the edges there. It does. Okay, good. Yes, I probably paid twice that for these for these terribly poorly functioning. Okay, what am I looking for? Okay, I'm going to grab my bone folder, but you could use, credit card. You could use the side of your scissors. Again, all this is very much a holdover from when I was making the jewelry. In fact, this bone folder, I purchased it to make the jewelry. I should share. Sometimes I'll wear pendants and necklaces I've made. I have a few pieces. Most of it's sold, but I do have some. Next time I wear one, I'll have to show you. And I used to use postage stamps and maps and all kinds of cool antique and vintage ephemera sandwiched between the microscope slides. I'm sure you guys have all seen that, but it was pretty fun. Okay, so there's our little thing. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of experimentation. So on this one, this is pretty, but I don't like the bright shiny. I want it to have a little bit more of an aged look to it. So I experimented a little bit. I want to try some of this homemade alcohol ink I have here. I'm going to try to show you the close-up of this one. Hi, Carrie. You're not late, friend.
You're not start over, please. That's so funny. Oh, I bet that's beautiful. So does it have like a piece of dried fern in it? Oh, I bet that's gorgeous. I never tried to do like any dried flowers or anything like that. I did do vintage hankies. I had some old like vintage hankies that were torn, and I did those. But again, that's kind of the same kind of craft. It's like the sky's the limit. Okay, let me see if I can get it to focus. So hopefully you can kind of see where I came in and aged this one a little bit. There's a little bit of discoloration there, and I'll show you what I used. But I do want to try these inks a little bit. Where's the other one? Oh, here, the journal. This one I think I like even a little bit better. It just looks like a little bit more grungy and aged. Let me see what the back looks like on this one. So I think I was a little bit more successful just to knock down that copper. Now, I have tried the inks. They don't really do much. They kind of dull it. In fact, we'll do this. It kind of dulls it, but it's not enough for me. I want it to be more antique-y. So, let's test this alcohol ink a little bit. And this is just some homemade stuff I did. I have a video out there, and this is the brown that I made. So I just sprayed some into this bowl here. Ooh, I like this. Okay, right away, it is giving it a cool look. It might not show up for you guys, but it's definitely giving it more of a brownish. And you can't really spray. I mean, you could, but I would be afraid because we are working with paper that it would just color the whole thing, you know, if you sprayed it on there. But I think it's kind of cool. It's definitely giving it a kind of a brownish, more of a brownish tone. Let me do this side and then. So that's a good option. Of course, when I was doing the jewelry, the solder is silver. And then I had a lot of different patinas that I could put on the metal. The solder, once I was done, I had some that made it black and some that made it kind of verdigris. Okay, I think that's kind of cool, but I don't think it's going to show up for you guys. It just kind of browned it up and kind of dulled it up a little bit. Oh, that's so sweet, Angela. And everybody too, I'm very friendly about people putting their links in. So if you have a YouTube channel or have video content, please feel free to put your links in. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's pretty good. I don't know if I love it, but I do think that aged it up a little bit. Thank you for bearing with me with this little testing. Maybe I'm going to try a little bit of this purple, which is black homemade alcohol ink. But of course, when you use the black Sharpie, it comes in a little bit purple versus black. So we'll put a little bit, and that's actually a lot nicer. It's subtle, but so that's something to play around with. I think if you keep doing it and layering it on, I think you could get a really cool look. Yeah, I don't think it's coming through. It's not coming through.
Okay, so, but the thing that I found that worked really well, and this is my first time using, so for Christmas, Taylor's girlfriend gave me this amazing box of, let's see, yeah, they're alcohol-based ink, and they're just the King Art brand. I know there's a lot of alcohol ink markers out there. So I grabbed these and I thought they worked really great. So I'm going to pick out, let's see, like this marine blue. Taylor keeps telling me I need to do a color swatch. I probably need to do that. I'm going to grab out maybe chestnut brown. We'll try that. Maybe some of this turquoise, just to give it kind of a cool patina. Let's start with that and see what those do. But I liked that we tested. And these are cool. They have like a thick end and a little thin end, but I think I'm going to use the, is it called chisel? Fine tip. They're calling it fine tip. All right, so these are working much, much quicker than the alcohol ink, but I'm glad we tested it because you never know. That could have been like super amazing. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, hopefully, I think you guys will be able to see this. Can you see that? How it's, so I just did this right-hand corner here, that it gave it like more of a red kind of rusted look to it. That's super cool. So that was this is probably the most effective. But you could play around with the inks and see what you could come up with. I know like the oxides, you can, you know, wet them down, get a little paintbrush, see how those work. But this is working really good, which was my initial thing I tested. Let's see. So you could pre-age. Yeah, you could pre-age the copper by spraying a mixture. Yeah, I don't know the reason I didn't do it before. I'm not sure. I think it would make the sticking of it on a little bit more difficult, but maybe, see, this is a whole test too. Even though maybe it would take the sticker part away with all the, you know, moisture and all the stuff you're spraying on. But then I think probably running a bead of the art glitter, certainly this would glue it down. The Fabri-Tac, right? Fabri-Tac works on anything. So I think it would be okay with that sticking it down. So yeah, that would be another really fun thing to play with. And again, all this stuff is just, I love it. It's like a mad scientist. It's like experimenting. The nice thing about these pens too, they dry really quick. So let's see. Let's see if we can show. I don't know if you can kind of see. For me, it's really obvious. So here's the original, and now it has sort of a kind of rusted look. But now I'm going to come in and use this turquoise green. Yeah, that would probably work. Yeah. Leanne is back. Hello, Leanne. Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to put the link in. Oh, Leanne, maybe you can find it if you're handy with your phone. I was going to put the link for next weekend for our third Thursday, our fun Thursday together. I'm so excited. Leanne and I had so much fun doing that little golden book series that we did. So I'm really excited to be crafting with my friend again. So cool with the
with this kind of greenish color is really cool. Let's see here. It's camera. I need Noelle's camera. Clearly, I think I should just go for it and splurge. Well, not splurge, but treat myself. So you can kind of see it's much, I can see it much better on my end. Let me see if I could go even closer. So you can kind of see it. It's starting to give it a little bit. Oh, you can really see it down here. So it's kind of giving it a little bit of a green tinge. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, thank you. Of course, I'm so excited. And if we all just have fun doing it, we can won't be the first, right? I want this is something I want to keep doing. Not just this year, but going into every year. I think it's fun. I mean, selfishly, that's why I do these Thursdays with you, because then I get to hang out with all you guys. So it's even more fun. We're not quite in person, but it kind of feels like, even though we're on the other side of a computer screen, but we all live, don't all live close by. So sometimes that's the best way we can do it. And how fun is that to have the technology to do that? Okay, so now I'm taking this marine blue and it looks so cool. And I'm doing it super quick. I could probably sit here for hours and just have a play with it. Obviously, we got to move on, but it's so cool. And these markers really dry fast too. I think that's the one nice thing. I'll have to do a little swatchy swatch. Okay. So I think you can see definitely the look of it has changed a lot. So that's just something you could have fun with. Yeah, you can really see it up in there. So cool. I love these like little experiments, and I'll have to figure out something else fun too to do with these cool markers. Double-ended art marker. Okay, I'm going to put these down here. Okay, so here we have our stamp. I have ink all over my fingers. Is it, Noelle? Wow. Is it snow? What is it like, Leanne? Because I feel like you guys are fairly close by, but maybe not. What's the weather like there, Leanne? Yeah, it is raining so hard right now, which makes me really nervous because I worry about the fire areas. I didn't get a chance to turn the news on this morning, but I'll look when I get off. So I know just those really light rains we had a couple weeks ago, week and a half ago, whenever that was, they were having landslides on some of the roads like Topanga Canyon and some of the roads going up to the Palisades there. So, my goodness. I hope that's not what is happening today. Okay, I think I'm going to stamp a hole here in the corner. I think I kind of like it. Maybe, let's see. Do I want it that way or do I want it this way? Now that I said that, do I want it to hang this way? Maybe I do. I'm going to stamp the hole up on this side to start creating our dangle. And I'm going to use, do I want to use this? No, I think I can. So I'm just going to use this little paper punch. I don't know what size it is. It's a Fiskars, but it's a really, really small. You don't have to go small. You could use a ice pick which is one of my favorite. What did I say now? I was going to do this, which is always one of my favorite pokey tools. What did I say? That way? No, I guess I said that way. Okay, so I'm just going to punch a hole here in this corner. And then we'll start grabbing some of our other elements. All right, there we have our little hole there. My gosh, everybody has snow. Ooh, that sounds so good, Noelle. Oh my gosh, vegetable beef soup. Oh, yummy. And Kathy has snow. Now that Taylor was cooking a lot, but now that she's back, now that she's back in school, or school started back up, I should say, she's not cooking like she was. We got really spoiled. I think that's kind of cool. I'm going to grab this little, so this is just a little vintage button. I think that's kind of cute. Probably should have grabbed like some pinkish toads, but let's use that one. Yeah, I think that's good. It doesn't detract from. And then the two ways so far I've attached, I've either used these gourd pins, which work really great. Maybe we'll do it with that. So I'm going to grab one of these little gourd pins here. Do I want to be extra and put twine in? I don't know. That's probably a little bit extra. But it looks cute, doesn't it? Let me see. I have black. Let me dig around in my thing here. I have blue, but I don't have a little. Let me grab my blue because I think that would look super cute. This button is a little bit bigger, so I think it would look cute to have a little bit of twine in it. Give it even more texture. Plus these holes are nice and big, so that's easy to do. No, I want to go the other way. Do you, Noelle? Do you? Oh my gosh. Me too. I keep going the wrong way. Do I want to go that way? No, I guess I want to go from the front. I'm trying to get it so I go through all the holes and then it comes out the other side. No, that's not right either. Okay, let's try this. What the heck? What am I doing wrong, friends? I'm trying to get it so that well, I'll just do it this way. I was trying to go through all four and then get it where it came out this side. I'll just do this because I can't figure it out. My brain isn't working. I love buttons. There's something, so I guess because they're so tactile, right? They have such a tactile feel. They're shiny. They're round. I don't know. Yes, I never say no to buttons. Well, I've gotten better because I have so many. I have buttons that I have jars of buttons behind me. That would be so fun to go through. That were my mom's jars of buttons. And I know there's buttons in there that belong to my great grandmother because I think that's where my mom got them. My great grandmother, Graham, she immigrated from England. I've shared that story, I think, with some people. I think she was like 8 or 9 years old. She came over on a ship by herself with
probably pretty much nothing. We do have, she worked in a factory when she was a young girl, and I have her shoes from when she worked in the factory. So they're really rudimentary. They have like wood bottoms and bits of metal and stuff. So we know she came with those. We have a Bible that was gifted to her in England that she brought over. And yes, but she was one of those ladies. She saved everything. I remember when I was a kid, like she would save the rubber band, she saved string, she saved, gum. Maybe she even saved gum wrappers. She just, right? She grew up in that era. She didn't have much. And so everything had a purpose, or maybe another purpose, another use to it. And so I bet a lot of the buttons we have probably came off of coats and clothing and things that had lost their use, would be my guess. But that would be really fun to go through. Okay, I think I'm going to do this way. So I'm going to take the gourd pin because I want to attach it to the back. So I'm going to thread on the button. I'm going to thread on the postage stamp. And I feel like I want some texture. Let's see what we have. Oh, maybe that would look pretty. Yeah, let's put a little bit of this lace. And let's age it up a little bit. I need a piece of paper here. I scrubbed my mats down this morning on both sides, but you can't even tell. There's so much glue on here. I'm just going to hit it a little bit with the vintage photo ink, just so it's not bright white. Just hit it a little bit there. And we'll see what that looks like. And I'm actually going to put the little bit of material behind the button. So basically we're just stacking. And on some of these, I've taken little bits of fabric. This one, like I tied a little, fabric bow to it. So you can just have fun and use your imagination. Oh, Kathy, let's see. I'm going to catch up. Yep, Kathy's saying she needs to use more buttons. I love buttons. I use them all the time. I glue them to things. I string them on things. And I agree. Noelle says nothing more pleasant than sorting buttons. They're just gorgeous. Now, I don't think I have any like super expensive buttons, but I know some of them can be super, super valuable. The buttons that I like to use the most, this is kind of a funny story. There was I would call it like a junk shop, maybe a city over. I think the gentleman had a couple locations. He had a shop in San Pedro, and then the other one, I want to say Lomita. So like one city over. And I don't know. You could hardly walk around. The San Pedro shop was really nice because there was a lady that ran it for him, but antiques, vintage, and she had things pretty well sorted. I mean, anything you could think of, you could find. But the other location over in Lomita, super, super junky. It looked like he was just buying estates and things out. I don't know where he was gathering everything from, but he had an outside area, inside, and literally nothing was priced. It was like a digger kind of place. And so I went over one day and I was walking around outside, and he had this huge bag of buttons. A lot of them were, kind of mother of pearl like this.
and who knows how long they'd been sitting outside. In fact, the bag had it had moisture, like water in it. And some of the buttons, they had metal shanks. So it was like rusted and it was all grungy and just full. And of course, my eyes lit up because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's gold. They're all aged. They're all crusty, rusty looking. And I think he thought I was crazy because I was like, oh, how much are these buttons? And I don't know. He just, threw out like a super cheap price. But I could tell the look on his face. He was like, why would anybody want those? And so I craft with those all the time. I have a pretty big, they fill up not a huge drawer, but they're so good. Okay, now, of course, now I've put that glue down. I'm going to try to see if I can put it through this material, kind of poke it through. It's not very sharp. There we go. Oh, I had it and then it fell out. I'll pull out that drawer and show you guys. And that's always, most of the time, that's the first drawer I get into when I'm looking for buttons. Okay. This is so cute. All right, so there is our little stack. I just put the pin through here. Can kind of see how cute that is. And that just, to me, it was a little empty up here at the top. This just makes this tag extra special. You could come in and do, some cheesecloth. You could do like a little bow. I just think it's adorable. Very unique. I think it just really elevates anything you put these dangles on and just makes them more special. Let's see. Oh, what did Carrie say? Oops. Oh, you just found a huge bag of buttons. Oh, you guys need to go back and look at, well, I would say Carrie's last two hauls. So the haul she just put out, amazing fabric. Oh my gosh. You found so much cool stuff. And then her haul before that, full of flashcards. I don't know, all kinds of goodness. But she had really cool books in the last haul, really great fabric. I'm trying to think of what, right? Wasn't it mostly, I think, books and fabric, but really good treasures. I'm excited to see that. Bye, Noelle. We love you too. Hopefully I'll see you Tuesday. Is Jen doing Tuesday again? In fact, I was making all this stuff when I was hanging out with you guys Tuesday night. Buttons are so good. Okay, let me see. I know I need to go look on eBay and see if I can find some of those highlight flashcards. Okay. Oh, let me grab the bin. Let me grab. I have some other things here. Now, these didn't come in. Let me take out those cards. But look at this. Hopefully it's coming through. So this is that bag of rusty, crusty, look at that. Look at that beautiful one. Oh my gosh. This, when you find the mother of pearl and they're cold to the touch, that's how you can also know. Look how gorgeous that is. And a lot of them in here, I think, are mother of pearl. But they're, enough of them had rusty, metal shanks, I think, is why they got this patina on them. Look at that one. If you could see. So good. In fact, this one, oh, look at this one. This one has like a bit of vintage fabric. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You could see the fabric's like orangey. Oh, I bet it was on an amazing blouse or dress. Oh, I wish I had. But yeah, some of them, like, they're really grungy, but I love them. I've been crafting off this button. Oh, I didn't, Carrie. Okay, I'll look. You know what? I have to say, friends, I'm so bad about what is the easiest way when people either, when you comment on somebody's channel and then they comment back to you, or obviously if it's your channel and you respond to somebody's comment and then what is the easiest way to see that? Because you don't see it in your studio. And so I have to apologize because I think I miss a lot because it's not easy to see. Like I don't know where to go to see all those recommenting. I don't know. I'm not saying it the right way, but you know what I mean? Like responses back. YouTube Studio. But I don't think it says, it doesn't, I don't think it comes back up in the studio. Or maybe Carrie knows too. Well, obviously Leanne would know. So can we see though, because I didn't see Carrie's comment back to me for sure. And I always respond to everything. So when you go into studio and you hit community, yeah, because for sure I know I didn't see Carrie's comment because I would have commented back, but it doesn't come up in here. It just says unresponded comments. There is, let's see, usually, Kathy says, usually the comments don't come up. And then Carrie says there's a drop down in YouTube Studio that you select. It is called, oh, wait, where do I see that? Responses. Okay, so like right now, I just opened it. Like apparently I have 3 new responses since this morning. Is it view all? Sort by. Is it I haven't responded? No, that's not it. Published. Uh-oh. All right, well, I'll have to play with it. So it must be, is it something else that we toggle on? Huh. Responses with new replies. But that is, yeah, so I always see the new ones, but like you've responded back to me on a comment I left on your channel. How do I see that easily? You see it on your laptop. Okay, maybe I need to look. Oh, maybe from my laptop or my computer, it would show it. I think maybe we get it in email form, I feel like, but I get so many that I don't go through there and look. Okay, I'll have to look. Sorry. I went totally off page there. But I know I'm missing things. I know I am missing things. And I apologize. Here, let me get those buttons out of the way. Okay. All right. So we've done the postage stamp. Let's see. Let's do one more. What time is it? Yeah, I think we have time for one more. Let's see. Which one do we want to do? I love this tag here. But maybe I want to make our own. So I had pulled out the other thing that I use and that works really great for making these little die cuts are the Tim Holtz ephemera pack snippets. So they're the little tiny snippets. Like this one right here, that was one of the snippets. So that kind of makes a, I mean, you have to layer it on the craft paper to make it thicker, but that's kind of an instant way of making something look old. But let's make our own, because I think that would be fun. What could we do for this one? There was one in here I like to kind of do the shape of. I think I used it, maybe not. Well, let's use this one. I'm just going to pull out this little oval just to use as a little template. And then let's get, I think I grabbed a piece of coffee dyed paper, and I'm just going to trace around this like a little template. Where's my pencil? I think I'll make it a little bit bigger. Just kind of a little wonky. There we go. Like a little wonky oval. And we'll grab some stamps and we'll sort of make our own, which is super fun and easy to do. So if you don't have the Tim Holtz, we won't use the copper. This is sort of the easiest, least expensive, and definitely we all have paper and glue, scissors. You could use boxes, you could use anything to get the cardstock. Okay, we have a little wonky oval. Let me grab some of my cardstock pieces. And we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to layer these little scraps here. Oh, let's see. Carrie says, okay, so Leanne says, yeah, the app on the phone doesn't show everything. And that's where I tend to look, is on my phone, and I respond back to people. So Carrie says, okay, on the comments that are not your videos, you drop down the bell at the top right hand of the screen. Oh, screen, you see that bell in the app? Okay, I'm going to click on it because I'm still. So let me see if I see you. Do you say comments then? Okay, so when I do the bell and I hit comments, the only thing it's listing for me, there's one from Angela, the traveling crafter, from 13 days ago. There's one from another friend, Jamie, 3 weeks ago. And then another YouTube junk journal person. But I'm seeing where she responded back to me. But that's all I see. I don't see you. I don't see you, Carrie. And like this week, it's telling me protect your channel from malware and your weekly recap. I don't see anything else. And then when it's older, it has Angela's one, has Jamie, and yeah, another content creator. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna look on my laptop and see, or my PC. Do you guys all have a PC? I still have a PC. I have a laptop and a desktop. I guess it's not a PC. I should say desktop. I'm so old-fashioned. There's certain things I like to do on a desktop, especially like Etsy listings and like editing photos. I like to do on my desktop. Canva. I don't know, anything that's that kind of stuff. I like the big screen, and I like a mouse. I have to have a mouse. Like I have a I have a plug-in mouse for my laptop. Oh my gosh. I can't get the hang of things using the whatever, the little thing on there. Oh my gosh. I'm old school. Oh gosh, Leanne. See, I guess if you like that's all you have, you just get really efficient and proficient with it. But because I have the desktop and I have it in the other room. My daughter Taylor has a Mac and a Mac laptop, and she loves it. I've never used it, but she likes it. You have a mouse? I have to have a mouse. I'm so quick. I'm so slow if I have to use the little built-in thing. Oh my gosh, like a snail. But, that's from so many years. Obviously, I used a desktop back in the day when I was a money manager. I did a lot of really heavy spreadsheet stuff. I'm just quicker at it. I mean, we had 2 desktops for a period of time because I had a shop assistant for my other business. So I had somebody that worked here at the house full time. And so she had her own desktop, actually in here, in this room. We had a desk set up for her because it's home-based business. So she had a desktop. I had one. I have one in the other room on a desk. Because also we're setting up listings and doing lots of photos and lots of customer inquiries. Yeah. Oh, Leanne, you should play with Canva. You would love it. I love Canva. I'm not the best at it. I'm sure I'm not using all the bells and whistles, but I love Canva. It's like indispensable. Okay, I'm talking, but I've just come in here and what did I put? Maybe 3 layers. So I'm just cutting around. It's not really perfect, but I think it's going to look cute. Okay, so there's our front. And then let's put some kind of cool paper on the back. Let's put this on the back. We could put this on the front too, but I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So I just have, this is just a Xerox, I don't even think it's a scan copy. I think I just Xeroxed a piece of antique ephemera. We were working with this either last week or a couple weeks ago. Again, if you're out at your antique shops or estate sales and you can just pick up a little antique receipt or anything like that, you can just use it over and over and over again. It's yours, especially its original ephemera like this. This is from 1901. And I just put some glue on the back, so this will be the back side. Isn't Canva wonderful? I love Canva. Is that what you use, Carrie, for all your thumbnails and stuff? I love it. And I don't use that feature as much as I used to. I used to always do it when Kate and I were doing the live sales, but I love the feature. So like if you set up a thumbnail for YouTube, then you can instantly resize for Instagram or whatever you're making posts. I used to always use that. Otherwise, it could just take you forever to recreate what you just did in a different size. Okay, so we have our little, basically we just made a little die cut. There's the back, and then let's just do a little bit of little stamping on the front because we all have stamps. if we are junk journaling. Where are those stamps? Now, these stamps are interesting. I may have picked these up from Temu, I think. I don't think I got, maybe Amazon, but I'm thinking Temu. I've had them for so long. And when I first got them, all the little pieces are, when I first got them, I was a little disappointed because the size was smaller than I guess I had envisioned in my mind. And what I liked about them, because they have like signatures, so I thought that would be fun to create, maybe, you know, antique ledgers or something like that. But it just sat here. I didn't use it because I'm like, oh, it's awfully small. But I rediscovered them a couple weeks ago and I love them. They're like my new favorite stamp set because they're small, because I've been working in such kind of tiny miniature. So let's pull out some of these little numbers or words. They're so teeny tiny, but they're really cool. Let me find something that I think will. Oh yeah, we used these last week when we were making the little labels. I used this one, this little floral, for the ephemera holders, and I love that little stamp. Okay, let's see here. So like we have this little 1878, I think it says. Let's see if we find something that's a little printed. I don't know if Paris quite goes with our, does that look Paris-y? I don't know if that looks Paris-y. I love this little stamp set. Yeah, maybe we will do Paris because I think it'll fit. Yeah, it'll fit nicely. Okay, we'll use that. Where's my black ink? Oh, you use it. I love your memes. I love your coffee cup memes and things. Right? Oh, so good. So good. I highly, and you know, I'm not that great at, you know, I'm not super techie. So if I can, I always say if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I know I'm not using it to its full capacity and all its capabilities, but it's sure fun. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp these on here. Let's get this one, this little Paris one. So cute. So we've just basically made our own cute little Tim Holtz looking little die cut here. We'll add some additional stuff. Let me put these back. They're so tiny. I don't want to lose them. Okay, let's grab some ink. Let's distress the edge. So cute. And where's my splatter stamp? Because you know how I love that. I don't know why lately. I used to always splatter with the oxide inks, but I've been using this archival ink in coffee a lot lately for some reason. Can you guys hear the rain? It's so loud. It's very loud. Okay. So there is our cute little cardboard, thick little die cut that we made. There's the back. There's the front. Super cute. let's get our little paper punch here. So cute. Are you guys anybody here feeling inspired to have some fun? I'm kind of excited to, I mean, all of these are very, have that kind of romantic, vintage vibe to them. But I think this would be super fun to do with something that's really kitschy. Like if you could find ephemera, like for a sewing journal or something, you could take little pieces and parts of like those rights wrappers. Wouldn't that be cute to take parts of that, or like sewing patterns? I don't know. You could just go really, really crazy. Okay, so we have our little die cut. What do we want to use? I think let's get this little cording, since we have this eyelet. Is that what it is? Eyelet. Why do I have such a mental blockage? Let's see, does it go through? It does, kind of. Give myself a good length here. I think it goes through. Might need to make it a little bit bigger. Hi, Susie. Well, I don't know how you stumbled onto this, but we're glad you're here. We are glad you're here. Okay, so there's our little cording. What do we want? Do we want a button? We're loving the buttons. Let's see if I have one that's a good size. I just grabbed a little handful. Ugh, I wish, look at that one. I think that would cover it up. I think we'll just use one of these little green ones here. Oh, I like that one. It's kind of a little opaque one. Okay, we'll string that on. This would be really pretty to take a needle and thread and put thread through that look like super, and then grunge it up. Ugh, didn't go all the way through. There we go. Okay, so we have our little button on our stack, and I feel like I want like a little snippet of material, maybe like a little bow. Oops, we're coming out the other side. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. All right, so we have a little button. Oh, maybe some of this. This is really cool too. I already used that there. Ooh, okay, let's take a strip of this. I'm actually going to put this behind our little, I think I'm going to layer that behind there, which is cute. And then I have a little bit of this. Which this came from a skirt that I cut up. So, sometimes clothing, in fact, somebody had left a comment, I think, on a video, and she was like saying she was just starting out with junk journaling and she didn't have a lot of supplies and she was looking for fabric. So I told her the quickest and least expensive is if you have, piece of clothing that no longer fits you, but you love the print or the look of it. Look in your closet. That's my tip. This came from a big billowy white skirt that made me not look good. It was too much fabric going on. It just wasn't the most attractive. And now I have a ton of this like great cotton material. I could dye it. I've put, you know, sprayed oxide inks and things on it. So in fact, we haven't gotten to my fabric drawer yet, but I do have some blouses and things in there that need to be cut up. Okay, so we're going to string actually, let me age this a little bit too, I think. Let's give this a little bit of a hit. Right? Yeah, in fact, I have this really cute blouse in there. Like I had the blouse for a while. I had given it my mother-in-law. It was in her closet. She wore it for a few years and it's really cute. It's just a style. It just, I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. And I love it because the fabric is adorable, but it just doesn't, you know, when you have those things, it just doesn't, what do I want to say? It's not flattering. That's the word I'm trying to say. But I want it to be flattering because the fabric is so cute. But I think I got a lot of use out of it for a couple years. My mother-in-law did. And now it's in my fabric drawer. Taking on a new life. Okay, I'm trying to get it. This is nice because it's got little holes back here. Oh, that's cute. I love this. Okay, now where's our little, where do I want that to be? I think I'm just going to do a little bow. Yeah, in fact, I think I have a couple blouses. I have another blouse that I just wore and wore and wore. I feel like I just almost wore it out. Got very faded, very loved, and it's now in there. But the fabric is great, especially if it's like really good like cotton fabric. That kind of fabric that you hunt for all the time. We all want to find. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm going to figure out how to attach it here, and then we'll come back and cut down that ribbon a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do, how did I do that other one? Sometimes I have to look to see what I did. Oh, I guess I did put that on a pin, didn't I? Let me see. I did put that on a pin. Let me grab my silver pins because I use like a silver eyelet. Oh, that's a good idea, Carrie. I've never looked in the kids section. Oh, what a fabulous idea. I love that. Uh-oh, now we're going to be, I don't go in the kids section because, you know, we don't, our littlest one in the family is 9. So I don't go in there. Niece, our little niece. Okay, let me see if that's going to work. Yeah, I think that's going to work well. Okay, so I'm going to tie a knot here, and then we'll put it on the bolt pin. That's such a good idea. Okay. All right, so I just tied a little kind of a knot there. You guys can see that. And then I'm going to string it on. And all this just adds more texture. The cording, the little bits of fabric, all that textural goodness that we're looking for in an extra special embellishment like this. Oh my gosh, I love that. And that's the first one I've done with a little bit of, and this is from Dollar Tree. And I haven't seen it. Oh my gosh, I wish. I know Carrie goes to Dollar Tree a lot. I wish I had picked up every single kind of design print they had of this really wide. I regret because I haven't seen it since. Okay, let me give a little bit of a snippy. Nettie, how are you? Oh my gosh, Nettie. Oh, I miss seeing you in the chats, my friend. How are you guys doing? You doing good? Have you watched any? I haven't watched the local news this morning. I'm hoping all this rain we're getting isn't causing other problems. Is it raining really hard in Santa Monica? Ugh. I almost don't want to turn the news on. You haven't seen it? So they had this, so this was like this really thick, and they probably had maybe 4 different patterns. And it was one of those days like, oh, I don't need it. You know, it's like talking myself out of it. And I haven't seen it since. I don't have it here, but they had, this probably was that. And then they also had a thinner type, but it's this great crochet. I think this is the thinner one. And I think I only have 1 roll of that left. Okay, so look how stinking cute is that. So super easy. You could whip these out quickly. I'm obviously talking a lot and very sidetracked, but how cute is that? I think that adds a really special touch, extra special touch to the cover of a journal, to a tag. I mean, these do have a little bit of bulk, but you could do this. You could add them. Certainly they could dangle out the side of a journal, right? You could have it so that they hang out this way, not the tag, but just this part would be awfully sweet. You could put it on a tuck spot, on a pocket. I mean, there's so many ways you can use these. And to me, it's like sprinkles, it's like glitter. It's that little special touch that I think takes your pieces over the top and completely unique. Nobody else will have anything like it. Okay, so you have the thinner one? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does Kathy have a lot? Does she have a lot? Yeah, she loves lace, right? She has a lot. I didn't think I had a lot, but now that I've sorted a lot of that ribbon drawer, oh my gosh, I have, oh, let me go grab it. I have to show you guys because it's so good. Let me go grab it. Something I found. Because I know you would all appreciate it. Look at this. This was in a Ziploc bag of lace. Is that gorgeous or what? Oh my gosh. I was like, what? I didn't even know I had this. And it was just shoved in a bag with light color lacy things. Probably some of it was stuff from the 70s. I think it has, pretty sure it has age to it, right, Kathy? Kathy would know. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. So I'm just keeping it. I have it in my, my photography prop drawer. I don't think I could use it in anything. So I'm going to use it as a photography prop, or, maybe I would use it for decor, or, stick it out of a little bowl or vase or something. But oh my gosh, what do you think this was made for? Like a dress or something? I don't know.
And at first, when I pulled it out, I thought maybe it was a collar. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know, but it is so gorgeous. Definitely has some age to it. Ugh. I was like, how that's stuck. You know what? That made me feel so terrible. I have all this stuff and it's just stuck in a drawer and I don't know what I have. So I'm not using it. I'm not enjoying it. But I'm rectifying. I am rectifying it. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Oh, it's so good to see you too. I hope you're having a good day. Oh, yes. Maybe it was. Oh, I could see that. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine the beautiful dress that maybe this went down a sleeve? Ugh, so beautiful. This was probably, yeah, this was probably the best find as far as age or like coolness. I mean, I rediscovered and found some other stuff, but that was probably the best find by far. Okay. All right. Okay. We only got to 2 tags, but I think that's good because we're like an hour 50 in, but I think so cute. And we came up with so many other great ideas, right? You don't have to run out and get the copper tape, but you could use washi tape. As Kathy said, paint. We could use markers. You can get that same kind of metal look, but I think this one turned out awfully cute as well. I'll probably come up here and add something to this tab top maybe. I don't know. Might need a little bit something. I think this one's my favorite on this tag. I just think it's so cute and I think it really adds to the look. And this came, this was just a masterboard I think I had done last year. And this bird image came out of an Audubon book I had that was not in good shape. In fact, it was an old coffee table book we had. And I think the kids or something maybe put their drinks on it. I don't know. It has a little bit of warpiness to it. So I'm digging in. I'm cutting it up. But that's where that little bird image. But I think these are super, super cool. I hope they inspire you guys to have some fun because I know I'm going to definitely keep incorporating these little fun dangles. And then let's see, what else do we have? Let me look at my little notes. We pulled the prompt. So if anybody is watching in the replay and you are interested in joining our little crafty group that we have on Instagram, it's very loose, it's very casual, but we pull a prompt weekly and we do a little craft project that includes that prompt. What did we pull today? Buttons, because I always seem to pull something that has to do with what we're working on today. So this coming week's prompt is buttons, and that's all you have to do. Just make some little cute crafty thing that includes buttons. And then we post pictures in the group, and it is so fun to see what everybody is making and be inspired. And then we're also going to start doing an ATC card swap. We actually started this month. Anybody that's coming in late, we made ATC cards in February and then mailed them out to the person that Angela paired us with. And we are planning to do it for this coming month in March to do, St. Patrick's Day theme or green, something along that line. So if you're not, oh, Carrie, I will add you. I'll find you. So it's just it's a casual crafting group that we have on Instagram. In fact, I think everybody that I can see right here is in the group. Nancy, you're in it too, right? Most of the people here in the chat are in it. And it's just a very casual group. We started doing prompts once a week because we thought that would be fun. And you don't have to, sometimes, some weeks we don't do, some weeks I don't do it. Some people just don't have time. So there's never any pressure.
that you have to do it. But if you do, you make your thing that includes, oh, I'm not explaining it. I know I'm not explaining it right, but just, make a project, junk journal. And mostly we're doing collaging, junk journaling, paper crafting. But if you're a sewer, that's good too. Some kind of project that incorporates buttons. And then we just post a picture. I usually do it, day before, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, just depends on the week. And Carrie, for those of us that are content creators here on YouTube, I often use it as an opportunity to make something for an upcoming video or an upcoming vintage craft and chat. Like Kathy Picasso Cat, she's done that quite a bit. So it's kind of fun for that. It kind of gets you thinking and creating. And often I come up with a project that then I can share with all of you. So in fact, the last 2 weeks, projects came out of our little prompts that we did. Yeah. And like Kathy, a lot of times Kathy Weissman, people will find really cool like videos or shorts or things that we think that everybody else would love and inspire. So sometimes we'll post those. And then now we're starting to do this ATC card swap. And so you'll be partnered up with somebody and create your ATC, and then you can mail it off, and then you'll in turn. Oh, Nettie wants to do it too. Okay, so I'm going to make a note. I will add you unless somebody's listening and they're quicker. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to add Carrie and Nettie. Yay. And if anybody is listening in the replay and you want to be added to the group, just find me on Instagram. My link tree is in the description, so you can find my Instagram link there. Just send me a message on Instagram and I will add you in. But I'm the same name on Instagram. So Day Trip Vintage, and then CO is the abbreviation for company. So Day Trip Vintage Co. Same exact name. I'm on here. So it's really easy to find me. So just send me a message and we'll add you in. Yay, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm excited, Eddie. And Jordan could do it too, right? If she wants to do it too. I don't know if she is super crafty, but that would be awfully fun if she wants to join us. Yeah, so Nettie and Carrie are the 2 people so far, the 2 new people to add. Oh, that would be fun. Super fun. And I know I showed them before. So like these were the ATCs. And then once you're in the group too, what we did this month is when we received our ATC cards, we also posted pictures of them. So it was fun to see what we all received in the cards. So these were 2 cards I received from Holly, who's Parker on Instagram. So cute. I love those. And then this one Annette made. So Annette and I also exchanged ATCs. Isn't that gorgeous? And they're just fun. And I'm using them as Valentine decor. I didn't put up any other Valentine decor this year. So that has been my sweet Valentine decor. Thank you, Angela. So pretty, right? And that's what I love about this too. I just love this, Annette did such a kind of romantic, beautiful, and then Holly did this just completely happy pop of color. So it's so fun to see the different styles and everybody's different take. I think they're wonderful. And Annette made a little booklet to hold her ATC, she said, so she's going to be posting a picture. I'm anxious to see those. Aren't they cute? Yes. So the base is the same size of a playing card. You could just cut a piece of cardstock if you want, but it's the same exact size as a playing card. And then also what we've been doing. Oh, I don't want to show. Also, what we've been doing is signing our names. I think I posted in the group, like Angela has a really cool stamp, like an ATC stamp that she uses, but mostly we've all been signing our names and putting the year or the date. And then I also read where some people will even name their card, almost like it's a little work of art. So you could even, if you even want to go that direction and like give it a title, which I think is kind of fun. Yes. Those package topper trivia cards. Oh, those are great to use too. Oh, thank you, Leanne. Yeah. So 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches is the size. Yeah. Angela has a super cool stamp. I need to get an ATC stamp. I think that's really cool. And then that's it. You just use your imagination. I think for this month, I think it's good to say, St. Patrick's or green. I think those are two. I think that's good for this month because some people might not have, St. Patrick's Day stickers or whatever. But again, we're not sticklers. Do I say that too much? It's loose, it's casual, it's easy breezy. I don't like things that are super rule bound, right? I like things to be feel comfortable and accessible. I guess that's why I say that. Whoops. Oh, I'm having the I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm getting, oh, there, I'm back. I had the spinner. I think it happened last time when I switched my camera from the plug-in camera, because now I'm on the laptop camera. It happened earlier. So I don't know. I don't know. Well, we can add them in, and then I don't know if Carrie's still here, but Carrie, if you're listening, and Nettie is still here, right? So let Angela know, or just write in the comment of the Instagram chat if you want to do the ATC, or if you just want to start off smaller, you can, start doing the monthly prompts, or both. So yeah, just let us know. Susie, also let us know, Susie, if you want to be included in our little crafty group, our Instagram crafty group, let us know. And also if you're a different name, if you want to be included, if you're a different name other than Susie Allen on Instagram. Great. That is great. Yeah. It is good just to stick with the monthly prompts. And I bet you will find, maybe like me, and I'm like, oh, this is really cute. This is really cool. This is going to become a Thursday, Thursday vintage craft and chat project. So thank you, Angela. Angela's so sweet. She keeps us all organized. Yes, it's so fun. I think it's funny that it was buttons. And we know you have buttons. You have buttons now from your haul. So I think that is it. Next week, if anybody missed it, next week, Leanne, Crafty Kitty Vintage, is joining me next Thursday. We're starting something new this year in 2025. We are doing what I'm calling Third Thursday, and I'm loosely for now calling it Playing With. So kind of a play on that phrase, playing with. We'll be playing with Leanne, or at least I will on the screen, but we all will be playing with Leanne and playing with paper napkins and tea bags. So start drinking your tea this week so you can get empty out your
empty out the dry tea. What I've been doing, I've been kind of saving them, is Taylor and I have been drinking tea the last couple of weeks, and I've just been drying out my tea bag. I think that's probably how Leon does it too. And I haven't done it yet, but I'm just going to make a small hole and empty out the dry tea, and then you have your upcycled tea bag. But if you're not a tea drinker, you could also use probably, what else, Leanne? Like tissue paper would probably work. Maybe coffee filters would work. Oh, you just threw out tea bag. Well, drink some more tea. You have until next Thursday. Yeah, what else would work? Maybe, yeah, tissue paper would work. Maybe, I'm trying to think, like sewing patterns would maybe work. Like this is tissue paper. So tissue paper would probably work. And like here's a piece of sewing pattern. So that would probably work too. Good, yeah, Carrie. Good. So you'll have a little, and I don't know all the particulars, but paper napkins, which we probably all have, and some kind of glue, decoupage medium, watered down white glue, Mod Podge, tea bags, and then we're probably set, because we all probably have all kinds of different other things that we can add to the craft. You did, Angela. I've been wanting to get one, but again, I'm like, oh, how many things do we need on the countertop? Oh, those are really cool. We might break down and get one. We just have the old kettle, the kettle that we put on the stove top. In fact, I see Taylor in the kitchen right now. Maybe she's cooking or making tea. So that is it. I don't think there was anything else. I think I talked about everything. I haven't done my next organization video. Be on the lookout for that. It's so dark in here with all the rain. I don't have a lot of light in the room. So as you can see, it's so dark back here. So I was having an issue of how I'm going to film it and have it not look dark and gloomy. So I've kind of put that off the last couple of days, but we'll see what it looks like this weekend. And then I also have to schedule an organization live. So I've organized everything that we sorted in the ribbon video. I've now done a more refined sort. I've categorized things by color and by type. So I've sorted all that, but I still have a big bin of ribbon and I think another bag that's like a mishmash of stuff. So I'm thinking about doing a live stream where we can just all sit and organize together. And maybe if people want to come on, I can send out the link to people, but we can just hang out because it's really boring. I have spent hours and hours and hours organizing all this ribbon and, putting it into different bins and boxes and upcycling things I have. And it's really boring, especially because, I'm winding them around like old cardboard pieces and taking things off rolls. And it's very, very, very boring. Oh, you have one too, Nettie? Yeah. I think we would love it too if we had it. We just have so many things out on I feel like something else would have to give. Probably another appliance that we're not using very much that we have. Yes, me too. I've been so bad. I drink lots of water in the summer and when it's warmer, and I haven't been drinking much water at all. I've been feeling very dehydrated. So I've started saying, okay, because I want something warm, especially when it's rainy, and I don't gravitate towards cold drinks. And that's all I drink is water. I don't really drink sodas or anything. So that's why I've been drinking more tea the last couple of weeks too. Yay, nice. Okay, so watch out for that too. I'll post everywhere, Instagram, community tab. Once I schedule the live stream. Maybe it'll be next week. I feel like I've kind of come to a halt with all this organizing, and I'm really excited to get back to it. So we'll see when it makes sense to do it. So, okay. All right, friends. I hope you guys all have a good week. I'm excited about Nettie and Carrie and everybody new joining our little crafty group. And I'm excited to craft with Leanne next week. And we'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Love you.